Imagine yourself behind the wheel of an 18-wheeler, the steady rumble of the engine beneath you, the comforting aroma of hot coffee filling the cab as you set out before dawn. The dashboard glows softly, illuminating the road ahead as you grip the wheel, ready for another long haul through the vast wilderness. Your destination is Anchorage, Alaska, a city that depends on the supplies you're hauling. Your trailer is packed with food, fuel, and other essentials, each mile you cover bringing vital goods closer to the people who need them most. The journey is more than a job. It's a lifeline for communities at the edge of the continent. The legendary Alaska Highway stretches before you, winding through forests, mountains, and endless sky. This route is not just a road, it's a vital artery connecting the lower 48 states to Alaska, a symbol of cooperation and resilience carved through some of North America's most rugged terrain. But now, as you approach the Yukon border, a new obstacle looms. A recently announced toll threatens to disrupt this critical supply line, casting uncertainty over every delivery. In March 2025, British Columbia stunned the logistics world by announcing a toll on U.S. commercial trucks crossing into the Yukon. Dispatchers scramble to recalculate costs, and trucking companies worry about the impact on already tight margins. This decision upends a long-standing agreement that kept the route open and affordable, making an already demanding journey even more complicated. Drivers now face extra paperwork, delays, and uncertainty at the border. The toll isn't just about money, it's a political flashpoint, sparking heated debates about fairness, sovereignty, and the future of cross-border trade. Protesters and politicians alike are weighing in, each with their own vision for what the highway should represent. For truckers, the road north has always been tough. Icy roads, long hours, and isolation. Now, with new costs and complications, the journey is more challenging and expensive than ever before. The open highway, once a symbol of unity and freedom, now feels less welcoming. For those who drive it, the long road north just got a little longer and a lot more uncertain. Alaska's supply chain is a delicate web, stretched across vast distances and harsh terrain. The introduction of a toll on its main highway threatens to unravel this fragile system, especially for time-sensitive goods that Alaskans depend on every day. In a state where communities are separated by hundreds of miles of wilderness, every link in the supply chain is critical. Even a small disruption can have outsized consequences, making the cost and timing of deliveries unpredictable. While most cargo arrives by sea, the trucking route is the backbone for delivering fresh produce, medical supplies, and other urgent necessities. These overland shipments are often the only way to get perishable goods to remote towns before they spoil, and to ensure that shelves stay stocked with essentials. The new toll introduces a significant financial burden for trucking companies, who must now factor in these extra costs on every trip. Ultimately, these expenses are passed down the line, landing squarely on the shoulders of Alaskan consumers. As a result, prices for everyday essentials like milk, bread, and medicine could rise noticeably. For families already facing high living costs, even a small increase can make a big difference in their monthly budgets. Logistically, the toll complicates an already challenging route. Alaska's highways are notorious for their tough conditions: icy roads, long stretches without services, and unpredictable weather. Adding toll stops means more delays, more paperwork, and more stress for drivers trying to keep goods moving. Alaska's heavy reliance on this single overland route highlights just how vulnerable the state is to any disruption. With few alternatives, any obstacle on this lifeline can ripple across the entire state. The toll is forcing state officials, business owners, and residents to reconsider Alaska's dependence on this one critical artery. It's sparking debate about how to build a more resilient supply network for the future. Alternatives like air freight exist, but they come at a steep price. Shipping by plane is far more expensive, and those costs inevitably show up on store shelves, making life even less affordable for many Alaskans. In the end, the toll booth is more than just a stop on the highway. It's a reminder of how political decisions can shape the daily lives of people in America's last frontier, affecting everything from the price of groceries to the future of entire communities. British Columbia's new toll is presented as a measure of fairness and environmental responsibility, aiming to address the unique challenges faced by the province's highways. With its vast stretches of road cutting through pristine wilderness, BC faces mounting pressure to balance economic activity with environmental stewardship. The toll is designed to ensure that those who use the roads most, especially heavy vehicles, contribute their fair share to maintaining this delicate balance. U.S. trucks, which frequently cross into Canada for trade, are significant contributors to road wear and tear. The toll is intended to make sure these vehicles help cover the high costs of maintenance and repairs, which are often exacerbated by the sheer weight and frequency of cross-border traffic. But the policy goes beyond just infrastructure. It's closely tied to environmental goals, encouraging trucking companies to either reduce the number of trips or invest in cleaner, greener vehicles. By making it more expensive to operate older, more polluting trucks, the toll nudges the industry toward sustainability. Revenue generated from the toll could be directed toward green initiatives, such as reforestation projects, improved water management, and the protection of BC's iconic landscapes, ensuring that the province's natural beauty is preserved for future generations. However, not everyone is convinced. U.S. critics argue that the toll disrupts a long-standing reciprocal understanding between the two countries, where Canadian trucks have enjoyed toll-free access to American highways. With Canadian trucks still able to cross into the U.S. without similar fees, this new toll changes the dynamic, raising questions about fairness and the future of cross-border cooperation. Some critics go further, suggesting the toll is less about pavement and pollution, and more about political maneuvering. They see it as a move that could escalate tensions, rather than solve practical problems. The timing of the toll's introduction, coinciding with broader trade disputes and diplomatic negotiations, suggests to some observers that there may be deeper geopolitical motives at play. For many, the toll is seen not just as a tool for funding road repairs or protecting the environment, but as a symbol in a much larger political game between Canada and the United States. The toll is seen as political retaliation, asserting Canadian sovereignty. It's a response to U.S. trade tactics, particularly during the Trump era. Premier Eby frames it as a countermeasure to U.S. economic pressure. The toll is less about revenue, more about leverage in trade disputes. It's part of a broader Canadian strategy against U.S. protectionism. Other provinces have their own retaliatory plans. This political chess match impacts U.S. truckers and Alaskans. The toll highlights the political friction at the world's longest undefended border. Alaska's geography makes it vulnerable to supply chain disruptions. The Alaska Highway is its only overland transport option. The toll creates political pressure, impacting Alaskans most. Increased costs will be passed to consumers, raising prices for essentials. Governor Dunleavy opposes the toll, seeking a diplomatic solution. The toll forces Alaska to confront its logistical isolation. Long-term effects could delay business expansions and impact the oil sector. The toll is a stark reminder of Alaska's economic isolation. The toll marks a troubling development in U.S.-Canada relations. The Alaska Highway symbolizes decades of cooperation. The toll introduces an adversarial element, threatening goodwill. Diplomatic negotiations and potential retaliations loom. The toll exposes U.S. supply chain vulnerabilities. It may prompt strategic reassessments in Washington and Juneau. The era of taking the open road for granted may be over. The path forward requires careful diplomacy and renewed commitment to shared values.